Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much. Welcome to another webinar by Engineer Talks. Today we have a very interesting case with us. Today we are going to cover that how Pakistani students can reach to a very prestigious university, that is Harvard. So we are going to cover from Pakistan to Harvard an academic journey of scholarships, faith, work, and future plans. So today we have a student with us who has basically is from a typical background like us normal students, and she has mashallah has breaked into Harvard. She has done so she has a brilliant profile. So if I had to cover, so there are a lot of things that I would have to say while covering that. So she has had the background in Quranic instructions. She has been a professional photographer. But the main thing that I liked about her background is that apart from doing her undergraduate in Islamic studies, she has gone to Harvard to basically go and try to explore the theological studies in related to theological studies on the perspective of religion, and more specifically in Islam. So that's a very unique perspective, keeping in mind that we are coming from a Pakistani background where we usually see that people breaking into careers like or aiming for careers like doctor, engineers, and stuff like that. So today the case that we have of Muqaddas, the one and only Muqaddas Rasool that we have on us. First of all, Muqaddas, thank you so much for coming and giving us your time. I'm sure Pakistani students who would be listening to your webinar would be very glad to have you on the podcast. So first of all, I would really like to thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedule.
Thank you so much
So
for
how are
inviting
you?
me. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me, Rida. And again, that was a lot that you said about me. It's not that big. I am not the one and only Mukaddas. I'm just an ordinary person who just tried to work hard. And it's just that Kudrat ka sool hai. When you are working hard and you're putting your faith in Allah, then Allah is definitely going to reward you. So, yeah, thank you so much for inviting. And I hope that I would be able to have productive conversations that are helpful for our Pakistani youth, and they can also understand that, okay, it is not, what should I say? Really easy, but it's not impossible to get into Harvard. It is really
Oh,
it's doable, and everyone
okay.
can do that. If I can do that, everyone can do that.
So I feel like that's the statement, that's the message that students really want to hear, because Harvard seems like very unattainable thing to observe. So let's get into it. Let's understand who Muqaddas actually is, because I feel like whenever I introduce myself, whenever I introduce any person, it's like just the surface, just what I the part of them that I can see from the internet, from their digital proof or profile. I feel like it's not giving, it's not actually who they really are. And the best introductions that I've gotten so far, the best journeys that I've listened, is from asking them person to tell us about their own journey. So Muqaddas, I really want, so today's webinar, what we're going to focus on is we will try to understand that what led you to Harvard Divinity Schools. Okay, so what was, we will try to cover areas like that. What was the process, the whole process was like, did you give any exams, was any documentation required? So we would go into very philosophical discussions to very technical discussions of all of the things that you were required to do, then very smart tips that you could have given to your younger self, or maybe any Pakistani students who would try to follow your journey after this session. And then we would try to discuss what you're currently doing or what's happening right now and stuff like that. So we'll try to cover each and every part and taking almost everything from your journey. So Muqaddas, so before that, can I learn about your journey, about, in a very practical way, what exactly did took you to Harvard, how exactly it started, and not just Harvard, where you are as a person, theological studies, keep that in the discussion, and why in that particular major, that particular school, and why the journey that you have done till now, why that. So a question, start from the very start as much as you can. Tell me about the initial thoughts that you had and the journey that you had, and go on from that, walk us through.
Well, so it wasn't something that I had planned from the very beginning. Like usually it's just that when you're sitting with a child, usually the answer that you get to hear from a kid, unfortunately, in our community is that, oh, I want to be a doctor or an engineer. And I was also coming from that very specific background. Like very rarely you get to, okay, you might even hear, oh, I want to be a pilot. I want to go in army, especially if you're studying in army public schools. So my schooling had been from army public schools. So it's just that I was always surrounded by students who were told from by their parents throughout their lives, oh, you have to be a doctor or an engineer, or they were seeing their parents in army, so it was just like be a pilot. So I don't even remember listening to any other career path in my life other apart from these. Of course you can do anything, but something that is idealized. Only these three career paths were really idealized. And if I think about myself, of course you always need someone to look up to in terms of guidance or as an inspiration to follow. So I can say that about myself, that when I used to look around, there was one cousin of mine. He was an engineer, and he was the only one in my entire family who was well educated and who was doing a really good job, who was traveling to lots of different countries. Uske alawa, my whole family, they are kind of not doing as such lots of things in their life, like he was my inspiration. I always wanted to be an engineer, and the reason wasn't that I was really interested in engineering. Honestly, it was just because I don't know, I being a child, I had that assumption in my mind, if I become an engineer, I would be able to earn a lot of money. And I was like, okay,
Okay.
then I just want to be an engineer because I just need a good job. And like, it wasn't something that was, it's just that the dynamics of Pakistan, the way we are raised, the ultimate meaning that we are unconsciously told by our parents or by our society, especially if you're coming from a middle class background, is that the ultimate meaning is that if you're able to find a good job and you're earning a lot of money, that means you are successful in your life. Halas, like that's all you need. But that's not the case. And it's just that with time, you learn all those things. Money is definitely really important, but that is not the parameter to success. Well, so I just kept studying. I did my FSC from APS as well. I was doing pre-engineering, and at that time, I realized when I was studying maths, physics, and all of these subjects, I realized I have zero interest in all these, and I was struggling badly in my FSC. Oh my God, I used to cry every single day or everywhere, and I was like, I just cannot do this. And because of some other things that were going on in my life at that time, I was going through an existential crisis. And I don't know, like lots of other things. I was socially struggling with my school, with friends around me, and lots of things were going on at that time. So, with the passage of time, I was naturally becoming very religious at that time. Because, of course, when you are secluded uh, from the society, when you are struggling with people around you, who are you left with to go to? And that's just Allah. And it happened, Alhamdulillah, it happened really early in my life. Usually एक transition period हर किसी की जिंदगी में आता है, वो exist कि वो religious हो जाएंगे. It usually comes after 20s, or maybe in their 30s, or maybe in the old age. For me, I was fortunate enough that I had that transformational period in my life when I was just 16. And I was going through my
Oh,
FSC, and
oh.
yeah, so I was just like out of, I don't know how it happened. I started studying Quran out of interest. And that was the only place, the Quran class that I was a part of, that was the only place where I could find comfort in my life. उसके अलावा मैं कुरान क्लास से बाहर आती थी, my life was like all over the place. And the only thing that was comforting me at that time was that Quran class. And I was just like falling in love more and more with that class. I was learning Quran, I was learning Arabic out of interest. I started observing hijab, and that was also because of a family member जिनका मुझ पे आहिस्ता आहिस्ता influence होना शुरू हुआ. My brother got married. She came in in our family, and she was religious, and I was just getting inspired by her. Now my inspiration was changing. Once an engineer, I don't even have any contact throughout my life. मेरा कभी कभी उस cousin से contact भी नहीं रहा कि वो कहाँ होता है, क्या करता है, क्या नहीं. तो of course मुझे एक नया अपने लिए एक inspiration चाहिए थी. So my bhabhi was my new inspiration. मैं उनको देखती थी, I started learning more and more, and I became religious. So it's just that, okay, now I realized in my FSC, engineering is not my thing. And then the question was, what next then? I was freaking out because I was struggling, like I was pushing myself so much. Oh, मुझे नस्ट में जाना है. मैंने बड़ी बड़ी पियास और बड़ी बड़ी सब इंजीनियरिंग यूनिवर्सिटीज के नाम सुने हुए थे, और हमेशा से एक ड्रीम थी कि बड़ी इंजीनियरिंग यूनिवर्सिटी में जाना है. And I saw all my dreams crumbling in front of me, and I was like, what is going on? And at that time, I had a mentor in my life. I still regard her a lot. She was actually my Quran class teacher. She asked me a question. I was crying. मुझे समझ नहीं आई मेरी जिंदगी में क्या करना है, मैं क्या करूं. To a point that I was like, I could not even give my exams. I was saying कि मैं अपने board के exams नहीं दूंगी because I'm not even prepared, because the whole year I was just crying. I couldn't do anything. I was struggling that much. So she just said that, Muqaddas, what is your purpose in life? I was just 16, and at that time I was asked such a question, that what is your purpose in life. 16 साल के बच्चे को क्या होता है purpose, meaning life, ये क्या होता है, like what are you saying, ये आप मुझसे क्या बातें कर रही है. And मैंने अपने आसपास कभी किसी को ऐसी बात ही नहीं करते सुना कि meaningful life, like what is meaningful life. I just needed money in my life. What is this meaning? And I struggled a lot again to even understand that question. कि meaning means, क्योंकि मैं already उस transformational period में थी कि okay, I am following religion, I am trying to be more and more religious. अल्लाह ने मुझे क्यों भेजा है यहाँ? Like, it could be anyone else. Why me, and why at this very specific time? What does he want from me? What he wants me to do? What is my purpose in the directive purpose of God for this universe? And I had no answer to that. And I just freaked out more. कि मैं क्या करने आई हूँ यहाँ पर. So it was, of course, ये story बहुत लंबी हो जाएगी if I just keep going like this. It's just that I had that existential crisis, which led me to this realization कि okay, हर इंसान की एक शाकिला होती है. This is a word that is used in the Quran. Every person is given a unique potential, and I feel like as long as you're able to identify that unique potential, that is your way that you can use to contribute in the world and to make this world a better place. So the ultimate meaning that I was able to understand at that time was कि ठीक है, आपको अल्लाह ने दुनिया में ही भेजा ना, इंसानों में ही भेजा है, तो वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ सजदे करने के लिए, नमाजें पढ़ने के लिए और इस सब के लिए तो नहीं भेजा. Or else you could have, like, angels were enough for that. If you want to do all of that, that means there's something that you need to do in this world, and that is something that you have to identify what is your unique potential. And at that time, what was I doing? I was studying religion, and I was enjoying that a lot. So I was like, sure. And उस टाइम पे मैंने और सोचने की कोशिश की, मैंने एक्सप्लोर किया. अनफॉर्चुनेटली ज़्यादा that is something that I agree with कि आपको पता ही नहीं है. ठीक है, इंजीनियरिंग नहीं करनी, मेडिकल नहीं करना, और क्या होता है इसके अलावा, कौन से करियर पाथ्स एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, what else is there to do. मुझे अब मैं सोचती हूँ कि अगर मेरे पास उस टाइम कोई प्रॉपर करियर काउंसलिंग होती तो शायद मेरे पास कुछ करियर पाथ्स लेड आउट होते हैं. आई कुड हैव चूजन कि व्हाट डू आई वांट टू डू. अनफॉर्चुनेटली पता ही नहीं था. फिर तो सिर्फ यही था कि मैं उस टाइम थेरेपी भी ले रही थी, एंड आई एम सीइंग कि ठीक है, एक साइकोलॉजिस्ट मेरी हेल्प कर रहा है और मुझे हेल्प हो रही है, तो हम लोग ठीक है साइकोलॉजी पढ़ लेते हैं. साइकोलॉजी इंटरेस्टिंग लग रही है कि तो मैंने एक तरफ रिलीजियस स्टडीज, और ये अपने एक्सपोजर के मुताबिक यही कुछ ऑप्शंस मेरे सामने आए थे, एंड आई कुड सी आई एम रियली इंजॉइंग स्टडिंग रिलीजन, एंड आई वाज लिसनिंग टू, लाइक आई स्टिल लिसन टू उस्ताद नुमान अली खान अलॉट। मैं उस टाइम पे बैना इंस्टीट्यूट को बहुत सुनती थी, और मेरे लिए एक लाइक ही वाज एन इंस्पिरेशन एट दैट टाइम कि ठीक है, आई वांट टू बी समवन लाइक हिम, क्योंकि मैंने उसके बाद कुरान क्लासेस में पढ़ाना ही शुरू कर दिया, एंड आई यूज्ड टू लव टीचिंग। I always
Hmm.
I never wanted to be a teacher. I hate to be a conventional teacher. मुझे कभी भी वो typical teacher नहीं बनना. But at the same time, I do love teaching in a very unconventional way wherever I feel like I want to do that. So it was out of the interest in the subject matter. मैं उसके साथ personally inclined feel कर रही थी. That was the only thing in my life at that time जो मैं out of love कर रही थी. I just had a general interest in teaching, in religion. So I was like, okay, I just gave my exam for religious studies, and at the same time second option was psychology. Even first option was psychology, second was religious studies. मैंने जान मार के टेस्ट दिया था सब जगह पे। मेरा नस्ट इंजीनियरिंग में जाना चाहती थी, नस्ट में मेरा साइकोलॉजी में एडमिशन भी हो गया, क्योंकि जिस साल में मैंने अप्लाई किया था दैट वाज द फर्स्ट ईयर उनका फर्स्ट साइकोलॉजी का कोहोर्ट आ रहा था। सो आई अप्लाइड फॉर psychology. I got in, but it was too expensive for me to manage. I could not afford that. So I was like, okay, what else do I do? Again, another dream breaking in front of me कि अब तो नष्ट भी मिल गया है, लेकिन अब मैं जा नहीं सकती, तो मैं कैसे जाऊँ? लाइक मुझे ये ख्वाब था हमेशा से नष्ट का, और मैं नहीं कर पाई। तो एंड आई डिड नॉट इवन आस्क माय फादर के कैन आई जस्ट डू दैट, बिकॉज मेरे अब्बू उसके हक में नहीं थे। मेरे अब्बू इस चीज पे ही उनका गम खत्म नहीं हो रहा था कि ये बच्ची इंजीनियरिंग को छोड़ते छोड़ते ये कहाँ चली गई। ही वाज नॉट इन फेवर ऑफ मी डूइंग साइकोलॉजी at all. So I had to convince him a lot, but he was not ready for it. He was like, if you're not doing engineering, then do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to support. You have to do it, decide it yourself. And I understand that was just a sentimental statement that he used to emotionally blackmail me. लेकिन ये है कि खैर फिर मैंने इस तरह से I ended up deciding to go for religious studies because that was my second option. And now when I look back, I'm really, really, really glad कि मेरा psychology में नहीं हुआ और अल्लाह ने मुझे मौका दिया कि मैंने religious studies पढ़ी. Because I genuinely feel कि अगर आज मैं हार्वर्ड बैठी हूँ तो वो इस decision की वजह से ही था. So
Literally. So
yeah.
Allah, I feel like Allah chose you. So in the throughout the journey, you feel like sometimes human feel like we are choosing stuff, but I feel like Allah is making paths for you. It's choosing for you. It's making sure that you are there in his journey. So
Yeah.
amazing. And okay, so Muqaddas, we got the idea of your initial journey. We have the idea that that's how you reach to Harvard. But if anyone and any normal beginner would read your LinkedIn or would study कि आपने क्या मुकद्दस, what did मुकद्दस exactly study, so there is something, a very heavy word, theological Islamic studies in the divinity school. So can we expand on that in a very simple terms कि एक normal बच्चे को या एक normal student को या whoever wants to study, if so they can get the idea कि what exactly is this field, who should be going into that, is it uh, the field like is it any a very career specific field or is it a very exploratory field, मतलब किस तरह के लोगों को उसमें जाना चाहिए, क्यों जाना चाहिए? So should you go into the field if you're very attached with the deen, only that should be the case, or should you go just to explore? So I would like to get your take on that, what this field is and why, for what reasons, multiple reasons where people can choose to go to that school.
Okay. So, for theological studies, it's just like if you just go for the basic understanding, theology is akida. So, I would not say कि in Harvard Divinity School we were specifically studying Islamic akida, that what is Islamic akida. It was just like if I say about my undergrad, at least I can say undergrad may I had a better traditional training of religion, because in Pakistan, I was doing the traditional study of religion. It was very, what should I say? हमारा जो एक स्पेसिफिक सिस्टम होता है वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द वेस्ट, वेयर वेस्ट इज वेरी ऑब्जेक्टिव, वेस्ट इज क्वेश्चनिंग योर बिलीफ सिस्टम्स, वेस्ट इज क्वेश्चनिंग एंड ऑब्जेक्टिवली स्टडिंग इवन इफ यू आर स्टडिंग रिलीजन. हमारे जहन में एक बहुत तकीदा होता है, वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू क्वेश्चन ऑल द रिलीजियस बिलीफ सिस्टम वेरी ओपनली, like when we are studying as a
Yeah.
Muslim. But as in West, you are keeping your belief system at a side when you are studying religion. So it's very different. The Eastern, like the
Approach.
Muslim perspective and the Western perspective is very different. But I would say कि it's a very theoretical field. It's not a practical field. For example, if you're studying philosophy, this is the reason, ये एक dilemma है कि अगर आप किसी को देखें ना कि वो हिस्ट्री के अंदर मास्टर्स करना चाह रहा है, तो कोई कहेगा हिस्ट्री में मास्टर्स करके तुमने क्या करना है, इसकी क्या जॉब मिलेगी. टू सम एक्सटेंट दैट इज ट्रू कि करियर एस्पेक्ट्स में जब आप आएंगे तो you might not end up finding lots of career opportunities, because that's how the world is working. If we just start going into the details, क्या ये ठीक है या नहीं ठीक, वो बहुत एक लंबी बहस है. But at the same time, I would say कि in terms of career aspects, this is a very theoretical field. उसके आपको बहुत ज़्यादा career opportunities नहीं मिलेंगी. The best thing that you can do by doing all this is that you can maybe go in academia. And in order to do theological studies here in Harvard, you do not necessarily have to have a religious studies background. I came with my undergrad with my bachelor's in Islamic studies. There are lots of students with me who had a very different background. For example, some were from law, some did political science, some did political philosophy, some were from international relations background. So it's just that even if you're coming from a different perspective, it's just that you need to have a better understanding of how you understand religion, what is the role of religion in the world. It's not just divorced from the world. If you're able to identify how it is connected to all the different domains in your life, then you can very easily make your personal statement in a way and pitch in that why do you want to study religion. But it's just that कि वो जो यहाँ पर बैठे हैं उनको वो दिख जाता है कि आपकी पर्सनल स्टेटमेंट में जो आपने स्टोरी लिखी है वो कितनी आपने, इट्स हाउ मच इज इट true and how much is it fabricated. So it's just that is the reason why it's really important जब आप अपनी personal statement लिख रहे हैं application के लिए, it should be really authentic, because your story is going to make you outshine. तो उस स्टोरी में आपने अगर वो कनेक्शन अच्छे से बना लिए, even if you're coming from any other background and you want to study religion, you have the answer to the question why is good enough. So you can come in this field coming from a very different academic background as well. But in terms of career paths, as you mentioned, again, I said it's a very theoretical field. आप academia में जा सकते हैं, और other than that, there is something that I would say कि other than academia, if you do not want to be if you do not want to pursue PhD or go to the university, Islamic studies or theology is like one wheel. You might even end up going to an institute. आप अरेबिक पढ़ा दें, आप इस्लामिक स्टडीज पढ़ा दें, आप टीचर लग जाएं. मुझे याद है मैं पाकिस्तान में जब मैंने इस्लामिक स्टडीज रखी थी, आई यूज टू हेयर दिस वर्ड. अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारे पाकिस्तानी माइंडसेट है कि अच्छा इस्लामियत पढ़ी हो, like people used to look down upon this इस्लामियत पढ़ी हो, because like उसको कोई करियर ही समझा नहीं जाता, उसको तो एक वर्दी इनफ, अनफॉर्चुनेटली मुसलमान हो के भी एक वर्दी इनफ चीज नहीं समझी जाती पढ़ने के लिए कि लाइक इस्लामियत में डिग्री करी हो. एंड पीपल यूज्ड टू आस्क मी, इवन सम ऑफ माय ओन फैमिली मेंबर्स, इसको करके क्या करोगी. लाइक I just used to ignore all those questions. I knew that I am doing all that क्योंकि मैं जिंदगी में कुछ मीनिंगफुल करना चाहती हूँ इन दी एंड, और मुझे भी इन दी एंड फुल क्लैरिटी नहीं है अपनी जिंदगी की, बट आई एम ट्राइंग माई बेस्ट टू टेक माई स्टेप्स टूवर्ड्स दैट जर्नी. सो अल्लाह गिव मी हार्वर्ड इन रिस्पॉन्स टू दैट, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. लेकिन one more thing, when I was saying the one wheel thing, कि it's one wheel, अगर आपको अपने करियर पाथ बहुत ज्यादा ओपन रखने हैं ना, यू नीड अनदर व्हील दैट यू नीड टू यूज विद दिस इन ऑर्डर टू लाइक राइड योर बाइसिकल. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आप अभी इसी फील्ड के बाद बहुत से लोग आगे लॉ में डिग्री करने लगे हैं, so that they can do Islamic law. Some people are going to do finance so that they can do Islamic finance. Some people are planning to go to government, so they are having this religious understanding, और उसके बाद वो जाके गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में अपनी सर्विसेज करना चाहते हैं. तो you can also do that as well, a mix and match, that you have one degree in master in theological studies to understand religion, because how can you understand the world without understanding religion? You can never do that in my, and that's of course my subjective opinion. So if you need to do that, you can have any other career path as well after that, but for that you need the other wheel, and you have to identify that other wheel for yourself. वो कुछ भी हो सकता है. Yeah.
Amazing. I feel like this is the more relevant and practical advice in Pakistan wale uh, I would say Pakistan ke जिस तरह का culture है, where it's very difficult to tackle until unless you have the other wheel. Even if you don't use that, you just need that as a support. कि हाँ भाई, I'm doing something, that's it. I understand the word where you're coming from, where even we as Muslims are not favoring that this is something worth pursuing. मतलब,
Yeah.
at that time, it was considered, मतलब, initially when Islam came, it was considered an honor. कि, oh, this is the person. It was associated with the, I would say, the respect and honor. But now, unfortunately, we have lost that, and currently we ourselves as Muslim are not valuing as much, which is unfortunately one of the drawbacks of the society. But hopefully we can get more people like you to make the good examples, and then we can have more ideals and start idolizing people. Like, you need ideals sometimes, like, you need people to inspire, to follow. So I feel like
Yeah.
you are doing your part in that as well. So let's move on to the pura on ground wala part. So
Hmm.
we got the journey, how you transitioned towards the theological study. We got what exactly is the field. Let's move on to Muqaddas, if someone were to follow you, yeah, if someone want to pursue the masters in theological studies at Harvard Divinity School or similar schools, I would say the Ivy League batch, I would say. So what exactly does the process look like? Because I feel like it's very hectic and you have to do a lot of things. There are a lot of deadlines to meet, there are a lot of essays to write. And for people, for students especially, it's very difficult to manage that, especially when they're in final year, or when because they're especially worried about these application stuff. For them it feels like very far away, so in a way they cannot even dream about it. So can we make the process a little bit clear and take us step by step कि भाई पहले मैंने ये किया था, we generally have to do this, and then I did this, and we generally have to do this. So can we go through that?
Yeah. Sure. So, in order to apply to Ivy Leagues or any university abroad, अगर मैं सिर्फ US की अगर अभी बात करूँ, तो there are two ways how you can do that. One is you directly apply to the university, and second is you apply for any external scholarship that is available. Like honestly, like अगर मैं भी ये अपने आप को 5 साल 6 साल पीछे ले जाऊँ, तो I would have never imagined कि क्या मतलब बाहर जाते हैं पढ़ने के लिए, कैसे होता है वो, like what is this? So I do get these questions like
Hmm.
50-60 DMs almost every single day, people asking me कि how to get admission, even though वो बेचारा बच्चा स्टूडेंट यूनिवर्सिटी जाने वाला है, लेकिन हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी ने अनफॉर्चुनेटली ना वो करियर ट्रेनिंग दी है, ना वो एकेडमिक ट्रेनिंग दी है कि एक बच्चे को ये भी पता हो कि एडमिशन लेते कैसे हैं. अब मुझे ये एडमिशन क्वेश्चंस अब तक आते हैं जब तो मेरा दिल दुखता है कि हमारे एक नॉर्मल बच्चे को ये भी नहीं पता कि एडमिशन कैसे लेते हैं. मुझे भी नहीं पता था 5 साल पहले. I kept I kept trying to figure out, or I started with the Google search top universities in the world for religious studies, because that is something that I was clear about कि आपको अपने गोल के बारे में क्लियर होना जरूरी होता है कि do you want to just go come abroad to study anything, कि आपको बस बाहर आना है, या there is one specific degree that you want to do. So I was pretty much clear कि मुझे religious studies ही पढ़नी है. So इसलिए I applied for my masters in religious studies fields. So usme there are two ways. One is, as I said, ke directly apply to the university. Second is that you apply for any external funding scholarship. So for US, the external scholarship is Fulbright. वो आपको फुली फंडेड स्कॉलरशिप देते हैं, दे डू गिव यू एयर टिकट एज वेल, आपको आपका स्टाइपेंड मिलता है मंथली, इट इज फुली 100% ट्यूशन वेवर होता है, आपको आपकी बुक्स के सब चीज़ों के एवरीथिंग इज कवर्ड इन दैट स्कॉलरशिप, इज इट्स अ रियली गुड स्कॉलरशिप, बट ऑफ कोर्स इट एट द सेम टाइम इट इज़ रियली डिफिकल्ट टू गेट, इट इज़ हाईली कॉम्पिटिटिव, उसके लिए आपको जीआरई रिक्वायर्ड होता है, उसके मोस्टली एडमिशन स्टार्ट होते हैं इन जनवरी। देयर वर टू रीजंस व्हाई आई डिडंट डू दैट, वन के मेरा टाइमलाइन उसके साथ मैच नहीं करी थी, मैंने अब तक जीआरई दिया नहीं था और मैं जीआरई देना नहीं चाहती थी, अनफॉर्चुनेटली आई वाज लाइक आई जस्ट डू नॉट वांट टू गिव जीआरई। सेकंड, Fulbright requires you to come back to your country and serve for 2 more years. So that is another question that you want to ask to yourself: do you directly want to come back after your masters or not? Because you would be bound to do that if you are doing Fulbright. So the other way was to directly apply to the university. So I directly applied to the universities. Mostly admission pool start hota hai August September onwards every year, और वो next year के लिए admissions एक साल पहले खुलते हैं. So it's like it takes you
Oh.
more than a year to go through the whole process. So it's really draining, really tiring, and really long process that you have to go through. So once I got done with my bachelor's, I already had this in my mind that I have to apply, but मैंने formally अपनी preparation right after my graduation start की थी. So there are a couple of things that you need. अगर आप Ivy Leagues की भी बात कर रहे हैं तो there are a couple of documents. Every university has a very different process that you need to follow. To some extent there are parallels, but at the same time ये नहीं हो सकता कि आपने एक application बनाई है और आप उसको send 5 में भेज देंगे. That's not how it works, unfortunately.
Oh.
There are some sort of parallels, but आपको अपनी हर application हर university के मुताबिक tailor करनी पड़ती है. So for example, if I'm talking about Harvard, तो Harvard के लिए you need a personal statement. Personal statement mostly आप जहाँ पे भी apply करें, that is the most important thing in your application. That is the main highlight. If you have a good story, you have a lot of chances to get in. If you do not have a good story and your personal statement is not good enough or convincing enough, the chances are very low. And then they do ask you for a writing sample as well. You have to provide a writing sample that shows your academic skills of writing a paper. कि आप क्या एलिजिबल हैं कि मास्टर लेवल की ट्रेनिंग आके यहाँ पे कर सकते हैं. आर यू गुड इनफ इन योर राइटिंग स्किल्स? So you need a writing sample for that, and they do give you a number of pages as well. This is a specific page. For example, for one university I applied, they asked for me for a 15-page academic paper. But there was another, the Harvard asked me for just 5 pages. And believe me, writing 15 was easier as compared to writing 5, because you have to condense all of that in 5 pages, and that itself was way too difficult to do. But yeah, so 5 pages writing sample, a statement of purpose. You need letter of recommendations from your professors and any of your supervisor as well. And then you need your resume. And one thing that was different in the application of Harvard as compared to other universities के Harvard की application के अंदर एक पूरा अलग से portal था about extracurricular activities, because Harvard has a lot of emphasis on your overall personality as well. कि it's not just कि हमें एक किताबी कीड़ा बच्चा चाहिए, वो किताबें पढ़ता है. और मैं अपने आप को कभी भी नहीं कहूंगी यार मैं किताबी कीड़ा. I was never a किताबी कीड़ा. I'm still not a किताबी कीड़ा. So it's just that the overall personality matters a lot. What other extracurricular activities do you do? What kind of other things do you do? तो आपको 5 to 6 उसके अंदर fill in करनी थी. Or that's what that was. And then of course you need a language exam as well, either IELTS or TOEFL. That was for my theological studies. Mostly अगर आप कोई और fields में जाते हैं तो आपका test different भी हो सकता है. आपको GRE, GMAT या कुछ और भी देना हो सकता है. But in my case it was TOEFL or IELTS. So I gave IELTS. So these were all the practical, what should I say, steps that I had to take.
Step by step.
Yeah.
These were all the requirements that you had to do. अच्छा, वैसे personally, as you told me कि the personal statement is like the main highlight, right? So if you had, and it's like, unfortunately in Pakistan, students are very good in terms of concepts and stuff, but they're not as good in writing. This is the harsh truth, that we are not trained from the start to write ourselves or to write our stuff, or just writing in itself for us it feels very foreign. So for us it's like कि हम बहुत आराम से बात कर लेंगे, हम बहुत आराम से समझ लेंगे, हमें आती है वो चीज, बट टू एक्सप्रेस इट इन राइटिंग, एंड इट्स नॉट लाइक कि भाई नॉर्मली हमें कॉन्सेप्चुअल चीजें लिखना मुश्किल नहीं होता, राइट?
हम्म।
आर यू गेटिंग? एक नॉर्मल स्टूडेंट के लिए इट्स नॉट डिफिकल्ट, जैसा अगर उसको बोलो कि भाई ये वाला प्रोसेस समझा दो, या ये
रट्टा
आपको
मारा
फिजिक्स
हुआ
का
है, हाँ।
कॉन्सेप्ट समझा दो, तो कर लेगा। मतलब कॉन्सेप्चुअली भी, इवन दैट कॉन्सेप्चुअली भी कर लेगा, नॉट जस्ट रट्टा। I'll include the people who can conceptually do that, but writing about themselves, a story within their own words, and it making it convincing, is like a skill. It's a different skill. It's like story writing with purpose. I
Yeah,
would say, yeah.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
it's difficult, and we are not trained for that. So if do you have any guidance, tips, or something that
How
people
to do
can
that?
follow, or what did you do yourself? Okay, students can feel like, yeah, okay, let's do that. Yeah, at least try copying that.
Okay, so I completely agree with that. Our unfortunately Pakistani students really do not have a lot of training in terms of how to write a personal statement. And अच्छा ये चीज मैं यहाँ पर ऐड करना चाहूँगी. It's not everywhere in Pakistan. यहाँ अगर मुझे पता चला, I wasn't aware about this when I was back home in Pakistan. I wish मुझे पहले से पता होता. There are a couple of universities in Pakistan that do give you equally good academic training. दैट इज लाइक लम्स आईबीए, ये जो बड़ी बड़ी यूनिवर्सिटीज, अनफॉर्चुनेटली हम बड़ा क्रिटिक भी करते हैं कि उनके बच्चे ऐसे वैसे. ठीक है, वो क्रिटिक अपनी जगह, बट दे डू गिव यू दैट एकेडमिक ट्रेनिंग दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड. यहाँ पर मैंने उन स्टूडेंट्स को 90% ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स दैट आई सी हियर आर फ्रॉम आईबीए, लम्स, हबीब यूनिवर्सिटी, ऑल दीज बिग यूनिवर्सिटीज. सो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली आर दे डूइंग कि सब उनके बच्चे यहाँ पर आ सकते हैं? एंड दैट इज कि वो उनको वही सेम एकेडमिक ट्रेनिंग वहां पाकिस्तान में भी दे रहे हैं. So they are already trained to come here. They already have that training. जो कि मैं अगर उनके साथ अपने आप को compare करती हूँ तो I had zero training as compared to that training. And they are already told. For example, यहाँ पे एक बहुत basic चीज है जो आपकी हर क्लास का पार्ट होगी. That is कि you are given a couple of readings that you are supposed to do on your own. It's not that कि आपने कोई चीज याद करके आ जानी है, नहीं, या कोई कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर करके आना है, नो. Especially in the theoretical field that I am doing, you're given a couple of readings, you're supposed to do it, and then you're supposed to write a reflection paper on it. In every class you're asked this a simple question, okay, what is your perspective about this? In Pakistan हमारी classroom setting में nobody gives a damn कि आपका इस subject matter के बारे में क्या perspective है. सो जब एक बच्चे को शुरू से ये आदत होती है ना कि उसको अपने पर्सपेक्टिव, अपने वैल्यूज, अपने थॉट प्रोसेस, अपने आइडियाज के बारे में पता है, और वो कैसे पता होगा? द मोर द पर्सन इज राइटिंग और रिफ्लेक्टिंग ऑन हिज आइडियाज, उसको और ज्यादा लिखना आएगा, राइट? सो जब आपको जितना ज्यादा अपने आइडियाज के बारे में लिखना आएगा, उतना ज्यादा आपको अपनी स्टोरी के बारे में पता होगा. सो आई कैन से कि अगर ये चीज मैंने खुद अकेले में करनी होती विदाउट एनी गाइडेंस एसेस फ्रॉम एनीवेयर एल्स, तो मैं कभी भी ना कर सकती. And I'm not gonna say that my university was giving me that career counseling or that academic training. No, it wasn't giving me that academic training. I had some mentors in my life. God bless them. Alhamdulillah. I had those people जिनको ये process के बारे में clarity थी. तो आई यूज टू गो टू देम. मैं अपने पास एसओपी लिख लिख के जाती थी, दोबारा उनके पास लेके जाती थी. वो कहते थे ऐसे नहीं, इस चीज को ऐसे करते हैं. फिर लेके जाती थी, ऐसे नहीं, इसको. इट टुक मी मंथ्स to just finalize my SOP. So I had that training. तो I would genuinely say कि एक बच्चा बेचारा अगर उसको कोई नहीं मिल रहा ना, एक बहुत genuine advice दूंगी, go to, like, if you're going to such good universities, definitely you're already getting that help from your universities. You have those career offices, but if you do not have those career offices, try finding such people in your life around you. अब तो social media का जमाना है, भरे पड़े हैं. Hundreds of people reach out to me. I've started giving one-to-one mentorship as well, क्योंकि I realize कि जब मुझे दिन में 100 मैसेज आ रहे हैं, वो बेचारा बच्चे को पता ही नहीं है क्या करना है. तो like you try to find such mentors, such people who have already done this, जो आपको स्कैम करने की कोशिश नहीं करे, but they have been through this process, they know how to do it, and then get guidance into it. Because अगर आपको लग रहा है ना कि आपको कहीं से नहीं पता चल रहा और आप खुद से कर सकेंगे, आप नहीं कर सकेंगे. You need to find right people in your life who can actually tell you कि how this actually works. Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like this is like very clear. To have a mentor with you is like ideal for people who do not have the writing wala training कि इसको write
Yeah.
कैसे करना है. right? Uh, Amazing. So can our students find you on LinkedIn for one-on-one mentorship? Are you
Yeah,
open for
exactly.
that? So
So
what we'll do is we'll share your LinkedIn with our students whenever we are going to upload this in our community as well as the YouTube page. So students will are gonna reach out, and maybe we can also make some kind of group for students to like communicate with you, or maybe we can think about future thing, finding people like you, and we can make something for the whole community, not just like one-on-one mentorship, but also like on a bigger level कि हम कैसे इसको standardize कर सकते हैं. Future plan, I'm just giving in the ideas that I had recently inspired
yeah.
from your stories. Okay, so moving on, uh, I know there are a lot of areas that we're trying to cover and which are cutting the conversation short. But now I would like to move towards the section of कि यार Mulkadas, you have a full profiles. Okay, so research is very important part when it comes to theological studies, right? And also in masters in general. So it's not just कि भाई आपने undergrad में पढ़ लिया theological studies. When you're coming for masters, regardless of majority of the masters do have that research wala part. So can we go through Muqaddas research journey? What was that? Was Muqaddas explicitly trained for that? What struggles did you face? और सबसे ज़्यादा मुश्किल क्या चीज़ रही? And what advice would you give to the people who are trying to publish paper from Pakistan, like for themselves, कि अगर वो खुद अपना पेपर पब्लिश करना चाहें before going there, or at least that they want to try to get into the habit of building that research acumen, I would say कि थोड़ी बहुत जो चीजें हैं कि student can get into the habit, just like you said कि attach mentors with yourself, something similar to that, but from a research perspective.
I haven't published any paper in my life. I never,
But
and I don't even plan to do. I don't even plan to publish. But जहाँ तक research की बात है, I can say कि of course आपका एक specific, it's not just कि आपने Islamic studies में अपना master's bachelor's किया हुआ है, that would help you get admission. No, आपका अपना thought process बहुत matter करता है. So I was taking a workshop for 4 years of my life when I was in my undergrad. उसके साथ साथ I was taking a workshop of religion, science and philosophy, जिसमें मैं एक पूरा एक framework समझ रही थी how the world is like understood in these three domains, कि how this science and religion is connecting with each other, उनका थ्रू आउट हिस्ट्री आपस में क्या रिलेशनशिप रहा है, क्या डिवाइड रहा है, what are the tensions between science and philosophy, how are you going to understand the role of religion in this modern और post modern world. So वो एक सारा फ्रेमवर्क बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, आपका आपका आइडियोलॉजिकल फ्रेमवर्क बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. उस वर्कशॉप ट्रेनिंग ने मुझे वो एक intellectual rigorous training दी थी, I guess I can say, that helped me to have a क्या कहते हैं understanding. But at the same time I would highly emphasize कि अगर एक आम बच्चा है जिसको नहीं पता, और स्पेशली अगर वो इस टाइम पे कॉलेज स्टूडेंट है एंड उसके पास ये अपॉर्चुनिटी है ना कि उसने चूज करना है, बिकॉज मोस्टली इस टाइम पे मुझे खुद भी जो ऑडियंस फॉलो करती है दैट इज लाइक अ कॉलेज स्टूडेंट जिसको आगे चूज करना है कि क्या करें. अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारे आधे बच्चों को ये भी नहीं पता, वो कुछ भी करने को तैयार है, बस कुछ भी दे दो. ये बच्चे को हालांकि बचपन से ये ट्रेनिंग होनी चाहिए कि उसके पास ये जवाब खुद होना चाहिए अपने लिए कि व्हाट डू आई वांट टू डू, एंड देयर इज नो हार्ड एंड फास्ट रूल. यू कैन नॉट go ahead in your life and change it again. You can definitely change it, but वो उस टाइम पे एक बच्चे को खुद वो डिसाइड करना चाहिए जो उसको नहीं आता. बट अगर मुझे एक मशवरा देना है तो आई वुड रियली से, इफ इट इज पॉसिबल, ट्राई टू गो इन गुड यूनिवर्सिटीज, क्योंकि अंडरग्रेड एक ऐसा टाइम है आपका जिंदगी का जो आपको बहुत ज्यादा सिखा सकता है. इट कैन मेक और ब्रेक यू. सो ट्राई योर बेस्ट टू गो इनटू अ यूनिवर्सिटी जो कि आपको वो एक रिगरस ट्रेनिंग दे दे, क्योंकि यहाँ पर देयर वाज वन थिंग दैट आई वाज सेइंग अर्लियर जो मैं भूल गई थी. इधर जो उन्हीं बड़ी यूनिवर्सिटीज के बच्चे बैठे थे उनसे ये स्टेटमेंट मैंने खुद सुनी है कि हार्वर्ड वाज प्रोबेबली इक्वली डिफिकल्ट और मे बी a bit easier as compared to the academic training that they already had in their universities in Pakistan. So I could never imagine that I can relate with that feeling. I cannot. सो इफ यू आर एबल टू गो टू दोज बिग यूनिवर्सिटीज, एंड ऑफ कोर्स सब चीजें मौजूद होती हैं, स्कॉलरशिप्स मौजूद हैं, और यहीं पे जो बच्चे बैठे होते हैं, बिकॉज द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कम्स, हम अपने ही जहन में ना प्लस माइनस कर लेते हैं कि अब पाकिस्तान में भी मैं बड़ी यूनिवर्सिटी में कैसे जाऊंगा, क्योंकि वहां तो स्कॉलरशिप नहीं मिलेगी, तो हार्वर्ड में भी कहाँ से मिलेगी फिर आपको। अपॉर्चुनिटीज दुनिया में बहुत एग्जिस्ट करती हैं, देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ स्कॉलरशिप जिसकी बेसिस पे आप बड़ी यूनिवर्सिटीज में पाकिस्तान भी जा सकते हैं। बस मुझे भी अब जाके पता चला है, पहले नहीं पता था। आपको नस्ट में जाना है, आपको हार्वर्ड में जाना है, सॉरी आपको आईबीए में जाना है, लम्स में जाना है, बड़ी बड़ी जिस भी यूनिवर्सिटी में जाना है, एवरी यूनिवर्सिटी हैज अ स्कॉलरशिप पूल। आप कोशिश करें कि अभी से अपने एनर्जीज उस चीज पे लगाएं कि आप कहाँ से वो ले सकते हैं, और आप वो एकेडमिक ट्रेनिंग ताकि अपनी प्रॉपर लें अंडर ग्रेड में, सो दैट आपका वो intellectual framework built हो रहा हो that you need to pursue higher studies abroad. Yeah.
I feel like this is the most honest and genuine advice. I would say not a lot of people are open towards telling, because a lot of people do criticize na कि भाई कुछ नहीं होता university से, and these are just
नहीं होता,
earn
इस तरह
based
से भी नहीं
earning.
है।
हाँ
देखें, आई एग्री कि अगर वही बात है कि इसका ये भी मतलब नहीं है कि अगर आप लम्स में अनफॉर्चुनेटली नहीं गए तो आप हार्वर्ड ही आ सकते हैं। मैं लम्स के बगैर ही
हाँ
यहाँ बैठी हूँ, आप आ सकते हैं।
हाँ
बट इज दिस दैट कि अगर मुझे जिंदगी में कोई और हेल्प मिल गई थी, तो इट्स जस्ट दैट आई कैन सो कि अगर एक चीज किसने रोल प्ले करना है, आप मेंटोर ढूंढ लें अपनी जिंदगी में, आपको मेंटोर्स मिल जाते हैं, दैट्स गुड इनफ। अगर आपको मेंटोर्स नहीं मिल रहे हैं और आपके पास ये चॉइस है, आप उन यूनिवर्सिटीज में जा सकते हैं, तो डेफिनेटली गो फॉर इट। और इसका ये भी मतलब नहीं है कि हर लम्स का बच्चा आ सकता है यहाँ पे, ऐसी भी बात नहीं है। इंडिविजुअल
हाँ
इंडिविजुअल एफर्ट भी मैटर करती है, आपकी अपनी ट्रेनिंग, आपकी अपनी एक्सेलेंस, आपकी अपनी इंटेलिजेंस भी मैटर करती है। But of course, as much as I can tell based on my experience and based on my mistakes, I'm trying my best कि मैं अपनी community के लिए वो चीजें बता सकूं।
बेहतरीन बेहतरीन। अच्छा यार, अगेन स्कॉलरशिप वाले बात पर अगेन आते हैं कि यार स्कॉलरशिप डू मैटर। मतलब एक टिपिकल पाकिस्तानी स्टूडेंट के लिए, ईदर गोइंग इनटू गुड यूनिवर्सिटीज इन पाकिस्तान, ईदर गोइंग टू हार्वर्ड और एनी गुड यूनिवर्सिटी, we as Pakistanis मतलब we do need scholarship honestly. हम वो fees neither in USD neither in Pakistani good university वाला part we cannot afford it. So
Yeah.
scholarship फाइंड करना, आई वुड से, जैसे स्टार्ट में आपने बताया ना कि हम स्कॉलरशिप के पाथ थ्रू से भी इन्वेस्ट कर लाइक क्या कहते हैं अप्लाई कर सकते हैं, एज वेल एज यूनिवर्सिटी के पाथ थ्रू से। सो और यूनिवर्सिटी में जाके भी डिड यू गेट एनी स्कॉलरशिप to study that? If that, what was that and how did you get it? उसके लिए कोई अलग चीज काम करना था? Were you eligible for it? And also कि अगर if you have gone towards the scholarship outside scholarship वाला part, what does that look like? और एक आम बंदा अगर उस path के through जाना चाहे, what could have they any resources that they could look into basically?
Okay, so this is something that was also really difficult to navigate at that time कि अच्छा जाना है लेकिन जाऊं कैसे, क्योंकि I had zero money honestly, and I wasn't coming from a financially stable financially stable background as well. My father died in 2020. There was nobody in my family who could support me financially. मुझे खुद ही करना था जो करना था। तो it would be a lie if you say कि आपके पास रुपया भी नहीं है और आप ये कहो कि आ जाओगे आप। करने को अल्लाह आपके लिए कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, बट इवन जस्ट टू अप्लाई यू नीड सम मनी। तो आई वॉज लाइक मैं साइड गिग्स कर रही थी इतने सालों से, अपने पास थोड़े थोड़े करके पैसे इकट्ठे करी थी, बिकॉज आई न्यू कि जब मैंने जाना होगा तो मुझे एडमिशन्स के एटलीस्ट एप्लीकेशंस के लिए ही पैसे चाहिए होंगे। तो आपका एप्लीकेशन से ही स्टार्ट होता है, आपको अपना आइल्स देना। आइल्स उस टाइम पे मुझे लगता है कोई 60-70 थाउजेंड रुपीज का था। आई एम श्योर इस टाइम हो सकता है 1 लाख से ऊपर चला गया होगा। तो आपने एक जो टेस्ट देना, लैंग्वेज टेस्ट, वही आपको इतना महंगा पड़ेगा जो एक आम बच्चा कभी अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकेगा। तो उस बेसिस पे देखा जाए तो आपको फिर शुरू से कोशिश करनी होगी कि यू मेक अ प्लान अकॉर्डिंगली, दैट यू हैव टू क्या कहते हैं अर्न सम मनी जो आपको शुरू में चाहिए होंगी टू अप्लाई। बट एट द सेम टाइम आई एम गोइंग टू बी ऑनेस्ट विद यू अबाउट द स्कॉलरशिप्स। अनफॉर्चुनेटली स्कॉलरशिप्स इतना आसान नहीं है लेना, और बहुत ज्यादा ऑप्शंस भी एग्जिस्ट नहीं करते। बट इसका ये भी मतलब नहीं कि बिल्कुल एग्जिस्ट नहीं करते। कोशिश हर बच्चे को करनी चाहिए, हर लिहाज से करनी चाहिए। फिर ना मिली दैट इज के यार ठीक है, आई ट्राइड माई बेस्ट कहे बगैर जो हम अपने आप को कह देते ना एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करती। मुझे 10,000 लोग कहते थे कि तुम किस बेसिस पे अप्लाई करी हो, मास्टर्स की तो स्कॉलरशिप नहीं होती। मैं डिल्यूजनल होके करी थी, मैं कहा अल्लाह मालिक तो इट्स जस्ट इट। स्कॉलरशिप अगर आप फुल ब्राइट करें, एज आई मेंशन, फुल ब्राइट में यू डू गेट ऑल दैट फंडिंग, तो यू हैव टू मेक दैट वाइज डिसीजन, डू यू वांट टू गो फॉर दैट। इफ यू आर रियली कॉम्पिटेंट, आप बहुत स्मार्ट हैं, आप बहुत इंटेलिजेंट हैं, एंड यू फील लाइक यू कैन easily manage the pressure of Fulbright, go for it. I would really suggest Fulbright is a really good option, because वो आपके ऊपर से सब burden हटा देगा, and then you can easily apply for that. लेकिन अगर आपको डायरेक्टली यूनिवर्सिटीज में अप्लाई करना है, तो लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट, आपको अनफॉर्चुनेटली ज़्यादा स्कॉलरशिप अपॉर्चुनिटीज नहीं मिलती हैं। उसमें भी आपको बहुत वाइजली अपना प्लान बनाना पड़ेगा। एज एज आई ऑलरेडी न्यू कि मेरे पास कोई फंडिंग नहीं है, $100,000 चाहिए होते हैं आपको सिर्फ पढ़ने के लिए, जो एक आम इंसान पाकिस्तान में इमेजिन भी नहीं कर सकता, उसकी नस्लों के पास भी इतने पैसे नहीं होंगे। या तो हो सकता है पाकिस्तान में बहुत से अमीर लोग भी रहते हैं, यहाँ पर आ जाते हैं कुछ पाकिस्तानी जिनकी फैमिली वो कर सकती है, बट मेजोरिटी पाकिस्तानी तबका जो है दे कैन नेवर अफोर्ड इट। सो उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में ये है कि व्हेन यू आर मेकिंग योर एडमिशन प्लान, यू हैव टू प्लान अकॉर्डिंगली। व्हेन यू आर searching all the universities, go to their website, look into their details, do they have scholarship or not। और हार्वर्ड भी itself पूरी इस तरह से नहीं जेनेरिक के हर किसी को स्कॉलरशिप दे रहा है। ईच एंड एवरी स्कूल हैज देयर ओन स्पेसिफिक फंड्स। डिविनिटी स्कूल के अपने फंड्स हैं, इंजीनियरिंग स्कूल के अपने फंड्स हैं, मेडिकल स्कूल के अपने फंड्स हैं, बिजनेस स्कूल के अपने फंड्स हैं, लॉ स्कूल के अपने फंड्स हैं, कैनेडी स्कूल के अपने फंड्स हैं। सो यू नीड टू मेक श्योर कि आप जिस भी स्कूल के अंदर जाना चाह रहे हैं हार्वर्ड के अंदर, आप उस स्कूल के पे जाकर उनकी वेबसाइट पे देखें कि डू दे हैव फंड्स, डू दे प्रोवाइड स्कॉलरशिप्स। और इफ यू आर लुकिंग फॉर एनी अदर यूनिवर्सिटी एज वेल, डू नॉट जस्ट ब्लाइंडली लुक एट द नेम एंड अप्लाई। डू योर होमवर्क प्रॉपरली कि क्या उनके पास फंडिंग्स अवेलेबल हैं या नहीं। एंड इफ यू आर अनेबल टू फाइंड एनीथिंग ऑन देयर वेबसाइट, दैट इज समथिंग कि जो मैं बहुत एम्फोसाइज करती हूँ, write them an email and ask them कि I want to apply in this degree, what are your funding opportunities। try to gather as much information as possible। so अगर एक यूनिवर्सिटीज ने एक्सप्लिसिटली लिखा है कि मेरे पास हम स्कॉलरशिप नहीं देते, और आपको पता है कि आप स्कॉलरशिप के बगैर जा नहीं सकते, then why are you going to waste your time to even apply to that university। so I made my list of universities based on that कि I knew I want to go in religious studies, number one। Second, I knew कि I can only go if I get a scholarship। So I was only targeting those universities जो ये कह रही थी कि there is a potential कि yes we do give either merit based or need based scholarship, or we do give 100% or 50% or 70% scholarship। मुझे ये भी पता था मुझे 70 मिलती मैं तब भी नहीं जा सकती थी, मुझे 100% ही चाहिए थी, and I got 100% scholarship with a stipend as well। So that's what I got। yeah, so it's just that उसके लिए, और वो चीज मुझे लास्ट डे तक नहीं पता था if I'll get that or not। मैं अपनी बेस्ट जरूर दे रही थी कि I'll go through that process and then I'll leave the rest on Allah कि if it happens or not। अगर आप शुरू से ही जनरली देखेंगे कि इट इज डुएबल और नॉट, तो आपको बहुत कम चांसेस देखेंगे। सो प्लीज ट्राई योर लक। आई वुड रियली एम्फेसाइज दिस अगैन फॉर स्टूडेंट्स के अपनी लक जरूर ट्राई करें, एंड दिस इज द वो प्रैक्टिकली उसको फॉलो करें। एक्सटर्नल फंडिंग के लिए आपके पास फुल ब्राइट का ऑप्शन है। इफ यू डोंट वांट टू गो फॉर दैट, अप्लाई टू द यूनिवर्सिटीज, एंड देन अगेन एज आई सेड, हार्वर्ड के अंदर भी हर स्कूल नहीं देता। एज आई वाज मेंशनिंग, मेरे स्कूल के पास फंडिंग थी, देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ अदर पाकिस्तानीज हु आर इन डिफरेंट स्कूल्स, they had no scholarship। so what those students did was कि जब उनका admission हुआ है, you write to the university, you tell about your situation कि ठीक है भाई, I got admitted in the school, thank you so much for giving me admission, unfortunately these are my financial conditions, I cannot afford this, can I please have some sort of scholarship। Harvard has a lot of money, बहुत पैसा है हार्वर्ड के पास, आपको निकलवाने का आर्ट आना चाहिए। ठीक है, तो अगर आपके पास एडमिशन हो गए, देयर आर चांसेस कि हो सकता है वो आपको कहीं ना कहीं कुछ अमाउंट की स्कॉलरशिप दे दें। इवन इफ यू गेट 50%, 70%, 30%, आपको जो भी फंडिंग उनसे मिले, टेक इट। once you get that funding, then you start looking for external fundings। unfortunately क्योंकि मैं उस प्रोसेस से खुद नहीं गुजरी कि external fundings acquire कैसे करते हैं, तो मुझे उसकी exactly details नहीं पता, but I've heard people, आगा खान फंडिंग है पाकिस्तान में, people apply for that, lots of people do GoFundMe में आप अपनी स्टोरी लिखते हैं, और अगर आपकी स्टोरी बहुत ज्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग है, तो people they are, भाई दुनिया में बहुत लोग हैं उनके पास पैसा है, and they are happy to give money। तो आपको वो अपनी प्रोफेसर्स के साथ, लोगों के साथ शेयर करना होता है। ट्राई टू टारगेट बिग पीपल, बिग इंडस्ट्रीज, बिग ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस इन यूएस, उनको अपनी स्टोरी भेजे, उनको वो सब कुछ भेजे, और उनसे फंडिंग एक्वायर करने की कोशिश करें। दैट्स हाउ पीपल कलेक्ट देयर फंडिंग। एंड देन द लास्ट ऑप्शन दैट इज लेफ्ट, अगर आपने यूनिवर्सिटी से ले लिया, आपने एक्सटर्नल फंडिंग ट्राई कर ली, एंड देन द लास्ट थिंग इज पीपल अप्लाई फॉर लोन्स। दैट इटसेल्फ इज अ वेरी लाइक पर्सनल ओपिनियन ऑफ एवरीवन कि डू दे वांट टू गो फॉर दैट और नॉट, क्योंकि उसमें इंटरेस्ट बेस्ड और सॉरी, दूसरे हर तरह के ऑप्शन होते हैं. सम पीपल आर फाइन टेकिंग इंटरेस्ट बेस्ड लोन्स एज वेल. दैट इज देयर कॉल. आई न्यू इन माई लाइफ कि मैं खुद कभी भी इंटरेस्ट बेस्ड लोन्स नहीं लूंगी, तो अल्लाह ने मुझे उस की नौबत ही नहीं आनी दी दैट आई नीडेड एनी लोन. देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स अराउंड मी, उनके पास $1000 के लोन्स हैं, पाकिस्तानीज हु आर इन हार्वर्ड. But alhamdulillah, I have no loan. May because I had a scholarship. So that's the process you need to follow to find a scholarship. And of course, the process to apply is वो भी हर university का अलग होता है. कुछ में आपको apply करने की जरूरत नहीं है. There was one university जिसमें सिर्फ और सिर्फ मैंने apply किया था and I got 100% scholarship without giving anything क्योंकि merit base पे मेरी selection हो गई थी for scholarship. But there was another university हार्वर्ड में, they do give you a form कि जैसे ही आपने application फी फिल की वो आपको अपना फॉर्म भेजते हैं कि ये फॉर्म आप फिल करके भेज दें, और अगर आपका एडमिशन होगा तो आपको साथ ही हम आपका स्कॉलरशिप स्टेटस भी बता देंगे, डिड यू गेट अ स्कॉलरशिप और नॉट. सो डे वन आई गॉट माई एक्सेप्टेंस लेटर, उससे 2 दिन बाद मुझे मेरा स्कॉलरशिप लेटर आया था कि क्या मुझे स्कॉलरशिप मिली है या नहीं मिली. सो इसका भी एक तरीका नहीं है. एवरी यूनिवर्सिटी हैज अ डिफरेंट प्रोसेस टू फॉलो फॉर देयर स्कॉलरशिप्स. So you need to find the very specific process on their specific website. So it was a long answer. Sorry for that. Yeah.
ना we need that perspective. और अगर सारे साइड से कवर नहीं होगा ना तो students are gonna struggle when they're actually
Yeah.
doing it. So it's worth
Yeah.
the long answer, I would say, and I would request कि आगे भी long answers ही रखिएगा. This is
Yeah.
designed for that. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's move on to what's Harvard like. Like, okay, so the audience that we're gonna get is mostly the people who are interested in going and reaching to Harvard, honestly. सही है. So how are classes structured? What does it look like? Day to day में क्या होता है? Are like are there people मतलब जैसे very talented there, and professors कैसे हैं? What's the student life like? And dormitory के बारे में हम, if we can talk about that. So a little bit glimpse of day-to-day life. What does it look like? How are classes structured and stuff like that?
Oh, well, okay. If I start with dorms, so you do not have dorms for primarily for master students. Dorms mostly undergrads के लिए होते हैं, और undergrads dorms के अलावा कहीं और रह भी नहीं सकते हैं. तो वो जो dorm life है वो specially undergrads experience करते हैं. And if I so far whatever I had experience, students love it. कि वो पाकिस्तान में भी यही होता है. The first year you come, you are crying throughout the year. ये मैं कहाँ आ गया? You miss your family. And the last year when you're leaving, you're crying that oh, it was now this is my family that I'm about to leave. So of course वो एक dorm life का एक अपना charm है, और खास तौर पे हार्वर्ड के लिए तो dorm life बहुत ज़्यादा क्या कहते हैं फैसिनेट की जाती है, बिकॉज देयर डॉर्म्स आर लिटरली इन द हार्वर्ड यार्ड. सो जो मेन हार्वर्ड का जो यार्ड है उसी के अंदर फर्स्ट ईयर्स के डॉर्म्स हैं, क्योंकि उनको बिल्कुल एक वो होम वाली फीलिंग देने के लिए यार्ड में ही रखा जाता है कि दिस इज योर होम, दिस इज वेयर यू लिव. आप क्लास से बाहर निकले, यहाँ पे आपकी क्लासेस हो रही हैं, आप अपने डॉर्म से बाहर निकले. एंड देन जो बाकी सेकेंड ईयर, थर्ड ईयर, फोर्थ ईयर हैं, उनके डॉर्म्स थोड़ा साइड पर बने हुए हैं. दैट इज ऑल्सो रियली 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 नाइस स्पेस. सो डॉर्म लाइफ जब मैंने जाके देखी थी, उनका फूड, उनकी जो like all the facilities that they give or that they get, उनकी जितने भी events हो रहे होते हैं, it's amazing. Like if I say कि I would, if there's one thing that I would really like to experience, और मुझे दोबारा अगर undergrad करना पड़े जिंदगी में और मुझे कोई ये option दे कि you can come back to Harvard to do your undergrad, I would definitely do it. It's a life. It's a life that you need to experience. But unfortunately, getting into Harvard for undergrad is 100x more difficult than getting into Harvard for masters. Undergrad is really tough. And when we say about the students, yes, it is true. पूरी दुनिया की क्रीम उठ के आती है हार्वर्ड में. So they're so amazing students as well कि जिनको आप देखते हैं तो you're like your mind is blown कि ये क्या लोग हैं, ये कितने स्मार्ट बच्चे हैं. आपको हर तरह का ऑफ कोर्स वो मिल जाता है, बट अगर मैं अंडरग्रेड्स के बारे में स्पेशली कहूँ तो अंडरग्रेड्स बहुत स्मार्ट होते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा स्मार्ट होते हैं. यू लुक एट देयर रिसर्च, यू लुक एट देयर आइडियाज, इट्स अमेजिंग. बट एट द सेम टाइम ऑफ कोर्स क्लासरूम लाइफ की बात जाए, the professors are really supportive here. यहाँ पर support system को बहुत ज़्यादा emphasize किया जाता है. When I was coming from Pakistan, मुझे इतना अंदाज़ा नहीं था, but when I came here, I struggled a lot because of lots of other personal problems and lots of things were going on. Academically, emotionally, settle down होना बहुत मुश्किल था. लेकिन अगर मैं बोलूँ कि हार्वर्ड itself, अगर मैं डिविनिटी स्कूल की भी बात करूँ, तो उसमें जो सपोर्ट सिस्टम्स मौजूद हैं, स्टूडेंट सपोर्ट सर्विसेज के, इफ यू आर नॉट फीलिंग वेल, यू आर स्ट्रगलिंग विद समथिंग, यू ऑलवेज हैव पीपल अराउंड यू जिनके साथ आप आके बात कर सकते हैं. दे कैन प्रोवाइड यू ऑल द नेसेसरी accommodations that you need. The professors are always supportive. You can go and talk to them anytime. They're always available for you. They're so nice, so kind, so courteous, and on top of that, so smart. The professors are like, यहाँ के professors भी they're really good, they're amazing. But जो एक classroom structure थोड़ा सा difficult और different होता है पाकिस्तान से, कि यहाँ पे professors are not like teaching you a lot. Especially आपकी बहुत seminar based classes होती हैं जिसमें the students are supposed to do their readings on their own, write reflection papers, come to the class and talk about what they think about whatever the subject matter is. So of course, लेकिन ये different हो सकता है, practical fields और theoretical fields में different चीज हो सकती है. If you are a computer science student, if you are studying something else, maybe आपका perspective थोड़ा सा teaching style different हो, वो हर class का of course different होता है. There's not just one way to teach everything, but generally this is the structure that is followed, कि students को बहुत ज़्यादा अपनी life में वो दी जाती है कि you are supposed to take these decisions on your own, learn on your own, and the professors are just there to facilitate you in your learning. And other than that,
Oh.
Harvard has a life. Lots of events, number of events happening every single day. कि जब मैं आई थी on day one, somebody did tell me कि पाकिस्तान में जैसे था ना कि ये यूनिवर्सिटी यहाँ से शुरू हुई, यहाँ से खत्म होगी. यूनिवर्सिटी में अगर कोई एक इवेंट हो रहा है, पूरी यूनिवर्सिटी को पता है कुछ हो रहा है. और खास कुछ मेरी तो यूनिवर्सिटी में ऐसा कुछ होता ही नहीं था, तो मैं ये कह सकती हूँ कि मैंने अंडरग्रेड में कोई यूनिवर्सिटी लाइफ एक्सपीरियंस ही नहीं की थी. मैंने सही वाली एक्सपीरियंस की व्हेन आई केम टू हार्वर्ड. और लाइक, एंड you can never ever go through everything that is going every day. इतनी चीजें हो रही होती हैं, इतने इवेंट्स हो रहे होते हैं. द यूनिवर्सिटी इज सो बिग, आपको कभी पता चल ही नहीं सकता. यू विल ऑलवेज फील लाइक you lost out on so many opportunities just because there are so many opportunities कि आप वो सब कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते. Yeah.
Oh, that is like very dreamy.
It is dreamy.
Amazing.
It comes with its own problems though. It comes with its own challenges कि इसी के साथ साथ यहाँ पे हर एक बच्चा डिप्रेस है, हर एक बच्चा साइकियाट्रिस्ट के पास जा रहा है, हर एक बच्चा स्ट्रगल कर रहा है. Because of course everything has its own problems. It's not that easy to even survive in such kind of environment where you feel like every student is so smart. तो हर किसी को अपना आप जो है ना कि imposter syndrome लग रहा होता है और उसको लग रहा होता है कि I do not fit in. So lots of
Oh.
other problems that students have to go through here as well. So लेकिन at the same time they try their best to accommodate the students, but that doesn't mean कि it's a dreamy life.
Yeah. In the
It
end,
comes with its own problems.
yes, in the end, वही वाली बात है कि in first you feel very excited, but when you settle into the actual life, it becomes your new normal. और फिर
Yeah.
that new normal comes with their own problem. So yeah, I totally understand that and I get that. Let's move on to that. Muqaddas, like I know okay, some kind of you had the stipend and scholarship, but apart from that, did you do any part-time job things or something like something other than studies? And if yes, what were they? Or I'm talking about more into extracurricular or some gigs or maybe teaching that you have done.
Yeah. So in terms of other jobs, Harvard के अंदर या even US policy है ये कि a student on their F1 visa cannot do any job outside campus. They can only do part-time job within the campus. That's also just like a part-time, 20 hours. आप 20 hours a week से ज़्यादा exceed नहीं कर सकते. And you can find any job on campus. That's up to you. आप चाहे कोई research assistant position ले लें, graduate assistant position ले लें, आप library में काम कर लें, like anything and that you want to do in the campus, that you can do that. So of course I was getting a fully funded scholarship जिससे मेरी tuition fee तो cover हो रही थी. I was getting a stipend as well, but even after that, Boston is super expensive. And of course, I wasn't getting any help from my family. Nobody could help me financially. So I had to maintain or manage all my finances on my own. So I had to do some jobs. तो वो यही था कि I was working in Houghton Library. यहाँ पे libraries बहुत ज़्यादा हैं. There are so many libraries in Harvard, so many libraries. तो जितनी ज़्यादा libraries हैं उतनी ज़्यादा student jobs हैं. So I worked in the Divinity School Library as well on the circulation desk, and then along with that I was also working in Houghton Library जो यहाँ पे rare books और manuscripts की library है. So I was working with the digitization coordinator कि हम digitization projects करते थे. And along with that I've done lots of other jobs as well. मैंने और jobs भी किए हैं यहाँ पे. मैंने हार्वर्ड के अंदर ही catering job भी की है. So like जब इतने events हो रहे हैं तो उनको catering food जाता है, तो वो food कौन arrange कर रहा है, catering jobs भी थी. तो there was a time I was struggling financially and I needed a job. मेरे पास और कोई job बची नहीं थी, तो I even did that job as well. So and then I also did the ATC job, the IT department job as well. So it's just that you can do any job in Harvard, and that's not something very specific कि आपको यही करना है. It depends upon whatever jobs are available and whatever you are applying for. Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like क्योंकि पाकिस्तान में universities has very limited, मतलब I'm talking from, not talking about the big universities. I know Habib, IBA and LUMS do have their on-campus jobs, but generally universities do not have the
Yeah.
students doing on-campus job and stuff. So I feel like this would be a very additional benefit if we could have something like that in Pakistani
Yeah.
universities, or maybe we can have part-time industry jobs in
Yeah.
Pakistani universities. That would be
Yeah.
ideal to see. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, currently we do not have them.
Yeah.
Muqaddas, if you had to talk about that, what is Muqaddas doing now that she has gotten into the dreamy life and achieved her dream, and Allah has rewarded her, and explored enough? I'm it doesn't have to be like, it can be just like, what are you exploring, what options are you considering, maybe what you think. It doesn't have to be very definite, but I would like to see what future are you currently seeing? Yeah, trying to, matlab, what are you comparing, what has Muqaddas right now in her to-do list, future dreams, future plans?
Okay, so an honest answer is for now, like right after graduation, I am just super tired and I need a break in my life. I need to slow down because 2 years were crazy. So I just need a break and I just want to slow down. और मुझे लगता है कि कुछ अरसे बाद मुझे थोड़ा सा slow down होने के बाद वो एक energy वापस मिलेगी where I would be over ambitious again. अभी तो I don't even want to think about difficult things, but at the same time, the practical answers, when I was coming, I was planning that I would pursue academia. I wanted to do my PhD, but it's just that the more you explore, the better you get to know about yourself and the better opportunities that you get to know. पाकिस्तान में बैठे हुए आपको उतनी opportunities का ही नहीं पता. यहाँ आके पता चलता है. When I was in Pakistan, the only thing that used to come to my mind is कि अगर मैं Islamic studies पढ़ी हूँ and I can be a professor, उसके अलावा क्या exist करता है? यहाँ आके पता चला there is a world out there. There are like unlimited opportunities. आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि what do you want to do. तो एक self exploration बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी थी. And as you mentioned earlier, photography मैं करती हूँ. मैं क्यों करती हूँ? I love photography. I love camera. So I was trying to explore myself more and more, and that the interest that I have in visuals, the interest that I have in storytelling and everything. So I in the last semester I took a filmmaking course. I explored filmmaking. So now I'm trying to find a career path that is on the intersection of religion and filmmaking. They're like work for religious media. So I don't know exactly. Fingers crossed. Lots of interesting things that I have in my mind. Allah मुझे तौफीक दें कि मैं वो भी कर सकूं. अब मैं वो second phase में हूँ. The exploration that I did before my undergrad. And then after my undergrad, now it's this next exploration phase that I'm trying to figure out again. कि अब मुझे post अपनी graduation भी क्या करना है, but the main perspective is again the same. What can I do that helps me contribute to the community? So that is always the driving question that I have in front of me, and what is it that I am good at? And I'm trying to answer that question again because it's a lifelong journey that you're going through. So again, these are the couple of questions that I'm answering for myself, and I'm trying to navigate the next paths. But of course, something related to filmmaking or maybe media and on the intersection of religion. So let's see. Yeah.
Amazing. Muqaddas, I feel like, yaar, I honestly am at that stage where I have just did my undergrad. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not just asking from a perspective of host, honestly. I was asking that if I was me and I had to apply to that any big university, what exactly do I need right now? So I feel like you did a pretty much a very good job to go give like going through the journey. It's very important that we have this exposure. Matlab, honestly, I would say that we are not told in normal universities. सही है. So
Mm-hmm.
we as Pakistanis, as students, need that someone to tell कि भाई ऐसे ऐसे होता है, start exploring this या start
Mm-hmm.
exploring university की website. So I got to learn a lot and I'm sure कि students हमारे इसको वीडियो को इस वेबिनार को देखने वाले हैं, they're gonna get the benefit, huge benefit out of it, and they're gonna send a lot of blessings to you as well. So inshallah for that. But like on an ending note, I know it has dragged on a lot, and I we have taken a lot of your time, and you have been generous enough to with your time. So I'm so thankful for that. But on an ending note, I want you to give an advice. मेरे जैसा बंदा an undergraduate, or maybe think yourself when you just did an undergraduate, and now you're actually stepping into the stage where you're thinking of doing your masters or applying for your masters. What advice would you give to the people who are even considering कि masters करना भी है कि नहीं? A, B, should matlab, they're just in the process of exploring and applying and stuff like that. So do you have any advice for them or recommendation for them? I know we did a lot of advices in between as well, but if you had to give, or maybe give a summary or sum it up in a sentence, what would you say, or what would you tell to that person?
Okay, so in terms of pursuing a master's, it completely depends कि आपका क्या आगे goal है. Do you really want to pursue higher education? If you really value education, for me, education has a lot of value, and want to stay a student for the rest of my life in every capacity possible. So if that is something that is your goal, that you really value education, तो फिर दूसरी राय नहीं है. You should definitely pursue a master's. लेकिन अगर आपका एजुकेशन में इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है, अभी जैसे इस टाइम पे मुझे भी ब्रेक चाहिए, अभी कोई मेरे सामने पढ़ाई का नाम लेगा तो मैं कहूंगी ये देखो मेरे हाथ जुड़े हैं, मुझे माफ कर दो. तो मुझे एक ब्रेक चाहिए अपनी जिंदगी में कुछ टाइम के लिए, बट एट द सेम टाइम आई नो आई वुड कम बैक टू स्टडीज अगैन. How is that going to happen? Life will tell me. I have no idea. But there are people who are like कि हमने undergrad कर लिया, अब हम बस हमें नहीं पढ़ना. That's them. I feel like you just need to understand yourself better. अगर आप किसी को भी follow करके, yes, you need to be inspired by people. This is one suggestion that I would definitely give to people who are in high school or in undergrad. Yes, do find inspiration in people, but never try to follow somebody else's life, because आपको जिस तरह से अल्लाह ने बनाया है, आप पूरी दुनिया में हर इंसान से मुख्तलिफ है. देयर इज नो वन लाइक यू. सो जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड योरसेल्फ बेटर. What is it that you like doing? What is it that you are good at? Just जितना आप अपने ऊपर काम कर सकते हैं. I feel like this is something, a life lesson that I'm learning again and again and again, and life is trying to teach me. The more you're trying to able to understand your own self, what you are good at, what your habits are, the more you are able to work on yourself, उतना ही आप जिंदगी में excel करेंगे. आप इंस्पिरेशन लेंगे, but at the same time you are inspired by this, but why are you inspired by someone? You need to know the answer why. अब मैं अपने इंजीनियर कजन को इंस्पिरेशन ले रही थी, तो क्या मुझे इंजीनियरिंग में इंटरेस्ट था या मुझे पैसे में इंटरेस्ट था? आई नीडेड टू नो दैट. वो टाइम से पता चला कि मुझे पैसे में इंटरेस्ट था, मुझे इंजीनियरिंग में इंटरेस्ट नहीं था. आई वॉज फैसिनेटेड बाय दैट लाइफ. सो यू नीड टू नो कि आर यू इंटरेस्टेड इन हार्वर्ड or the student life or the subject matter itself. The more honest you are with yourself in those answers, the better decisions you would be able to take. But in terms of general learnings, I would say just avoid shortcuts. हम unfortunately ऐसे train होते हैं कि हम कोशिश करते हैं कि किसी भी काम का हमें जो shortcut मिल जाए. Undergrad is a time where you invest in yourself to polish your skills. That is your writing skills. That is your reading skills. आपको आगे जाके आपकी writing, reading, your reflection skills would help a lot. And in your masters, when you reach, you are at a stage जहाँ पर आपकी already foundations बन चुकी होनी चाहिए, and you are using those specific foundation to now build on it, on that foundation. और वो multitasking के through होगा. You have to work, you have to earn for yourself, you have to manage your life of your own. एक तरफ आपको क्लास लेनी है, दूसरी तरफ आपको laundry भी अपनी खुद करनी है. So the student life is crazy. You have to do all of those things on your own. और अगर आपको वो foundation strong नहीं है, then you would be just like crumbling all the time. So you have to make sure कि आपके अंदर वो discipline हो. So these are very basic things. Problem solving एटीट्यूड होना चाहिए आपका जिंदगी में. वो किसी भी चीज के लिए हो सकता है. आप किसी भी डोमेन में जाएं, आप उसके प्रॉब्लम, उस डोमेन की प्रॉब्लम्स को समझने की कोशिश करें. वट एवर फील्ड यू आर इन, आई वुड हाईली एम्फसाइज कि आप उसमें एक्सीलेंस परस्यू करने की कोशिश करें. सो दीज आर वेरी बेसिक थिंग्स जो कि देखने में बहुत बोरिंग लगती हैं कि ये तो वही मशवरे दे दिए जो कि सबको पता है. ये वही चीजें हैं जो आपको करनी है, यही आगे लेके जाती हैं. So you are, again, if you have to say in one sentence, no shortcuts. Improve your reading, writing, and listening skills. And along with that, try to work hard, that you are disciplined enough. You should have your own study schedule. आपको independently बैठ के पढ़ना आना चाहिए. यहाँ पे आपको डंडे से कोई नहीं पढ़ाता. वो टाइम चला गया जिसमें आपको जबरदस्ती कोई पढ़ाएगा. Now you are on your own. अगर आपको अपने ऑन पे बैठ के सब चीजें करनी आती है ना, यू हैव दैट डिसिप्लिन इन योर सेल्फ कि आप खुद कर सकते हैं, तभी आप एप्लीकेशन प्रोसेस से भी गुजर सकेंगे. वो 1 साल के लिए अपने आप को डिसिप्लिन रख सकेंगे, तभी 2 साल में आप पढ़ सकेंगे. व्हेन यू हैव दैट एटीट्यूड फॉर योरसेल्फ कि व्हाट इज इट दैट आई नीड टू डू, व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम दैट आई एम ट्राइंग टू solve for this world. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Muqaddas, for that, for this discussion. Very much needed, very much appreciated. I feel like before ending, one last question that I mainly missed in between, that I would like you to touch upon, although we have like completely gone through the every aspect, is like, did you had good grades?
Okay, so I don't know what is the understanding of good grades. My CGPA in my undergrad was 3.88, so my GPA was good. So
Okay. So
I do, yeah, it
yeah,
matters.
yes. Okay.
Yeah,
One word answer, you need good grades for Harvard. Okay.
yeah.
So thank you so much, Mukaddas,
Thank you.
for we really loved having you. Although in future, we would like sessions like when I was having the conversation on this. So students were requesting, कि can we get a session on hands-on? कि भाई this is how exactly SOP look like, or maybe some kind of templates, or maybe some kind of I mean, not right now, but in the future, you should keep that in mind. We are going to demand you something like that, because
Okay,
students
so
are gonna love something like that.
So of course, this is something that I had been planning to do for a very long time on my own as well. Is just that during my masters, I was so busy with my studies, it wasn't possible for me. But I am in the process of making the admission series on Instagram as well. I wanted to have that audience में YouTube पे because videos बनाना चाहती हूँ. I am planning to start webinars on my own as well, mentorship sessions. So soon you would get to see all those details on my page. I'm just slow in the process because I have to prioritize case time पे what is important right now. So the time is like really short. I'm really my schedule is really tight. There are lots of, because the transition period is always very tight. तो
Yeah.
उसमें आपको बहुत सी चीजें let go करनी पड़ती हैं. तो all of this process is slow for me, but at the same time I do plan to do all these things, and the intent behind all this is कि if I was able to do it, I would really want to help all the fellow Pakistanis जिनको ये मौका मिले, how they can do all this. And the intent is simple, to help as many Pakistanis as possible. And that is me trying to contribute in the world and trying to have a meaningful life. So inshallah,
Mashallah.
hopefully, yeah.
Inshallah, inshallah. Muqaddas, it was so nice meeting you as a person. So
Thank you.
nice getting to know you as a person as well. I mean, loved having this time. I didn't feel where that 1.5 hour, I think so, or maybe more than
Yeah,
that.
I
I'm
love
not
yapping.
sure.
Thank you.
But where that
Yeah,
went, yeah. So I didn't know where that went, but loved this discussion. Got to know a lot, and loved Muqaddas as a person as well.
thank you.
So
Thank you so
thank
much.
you so much for coming and contributing to this. अल्लाह मियाँ आपको आपकी जर्नी पे बहुत कामयाब करे. अल्लाह मियाँ
Ameen.
आपको इसकी बहुत जज़ाए खैर दे. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for hosting. Take care. Goodbye.
Allah Hafiz.